3 Alabama players hit the transfer portal, couple on defense, Elijah Brown, the tight end on offense, just strictly a matter of a depth chart issue where they can't get playing time. And at the same time, once they find their destinations, just give us a feel for what they're going to bring to the table for their new teams.
Oh, absolutely. Alabama trying to get down to that 85-man scholarship roster. We all know this. You're trying to get down to that number. And, unfortunately, the one that really stings of those three is Jacquez Robinson, the former four-star who came in the 2020 class from Jacksonville, Florida. I remember when he came in early in December, he helped Alabama prepare for the Citrus Bowl against Michigan. He came in undersized at 160 pounds. We all know one of the criteria that Saban has for his cornerbacks. You got to be at that 200-pound threshold. You got to be right there. And Jacquez, it took him a minute, but he finally got there this offseason at 205. And he was having a tremendous spring, pushing Terrion Arnold for that starting spot as the other boundary corner opposite Kool-Aid McKinstry. Unfortunately for Robinson, he decides to put his name in the portal, and that hurts the depth there in terms of that cornerback position. But knowing Robinson the way I do, he will find a spot. He will find the team. This man's got athleticism. He's got range. He's got speed. He can run with receivers. He's a strong tackler. Just was looking forward to seeing what he could have done this year at Alabama, but he will find a home somewhere in college football. Where Traquan Fagans is concerned, a former four-star in the 2022 class by the way of Thompson High School in Alabaster, just southeast of the Birmingham area, a young man that has a lot of length, a lot of athleticism, a lot of range, just could not quite find his way on the field. He will find somewhere. And then, of course, when you look at Elijah Brown, former four-star in the 2022 class by the way of Ohio at tight end, of a young man buried on the depth chart when you've got C.J. Dupree, who you bring in from Maryland that can do everything there at tight end. There's growth from Amari Nyblack and Danny Lewis Jr. at that spot. You still have Robbie Oops at tight end, and then Miles Kitselman of a JUCO who came in from Hutchinson Community College just last summer. So many guys there in that tight end room. Elijah Brown just got caught there buried and has to find somewhere to play in college football.
Stephen M. Smith, Touchdown Alabama. In My Own Words is the show that you got to catch each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're still at 6 Central, right, Stephen?
Well, right now, Mark, we're at 6:30, man. We're at 6:30. But you know what, man? Either 6 or 6:30, you catch it right there. You're gonna get all the Bama content you need there. Get to call in and chat with me and chat amongst everybody else that's in that YouTube chat line. So people are really excited for this spring game. Could be the most highly populated spring game of the Nick Saban era, just because after 2 years of not winning a national championship, Saban hungry to kind of snatch that crown back from Kirby Smart in Georgia. And you have so many fans that are just gung-ho about what's going to really captivate our attention. So this spring game is going to be something to watch.
6:30 Central every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Stephen, everyone, In My Own Words, right here on YouTube. And lastly, Stephen, of course, in addition to the importance of what's going on the field on A-Day, is the recruits that come in for the weekend. Always a big event to bring in the recruits, show them the hospitality, show them what Alabama football is all about.
Oh, absolutely. And it's going to be a long list of young men in the 2024 and 2025 classes that will make their way to Tuscaloosa. Probably a few 2026 kids also. So a lot of young guys will be, in the mix there, inside Brian Denny, taking in the sights and the sounds and getting the feel for the coaching staff and the players that they could potentially play with somewhere down the road here. So Coach Saban very much so excited about getting these young athletes on campus, getting them exposed to the culture that is Alabama football. So that's going to be fun to watch. And we could see a player or two, a recruit or two, possibly make a commitment right there, on the A-Day stage. So a lot to keep your eyes on. Of course, as always, you have the permanent team captains from the previous season. They get their cleat print and hand print cemented on Denny Chimes forever as team captains and team legends. And those guys, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, and Jordan Battle, will make their way back to Tuscaloosa to have their handprint and their cleat print enshrined at Denny Chimes there, showing the team captainship that they held for the last 2 years. Bryce Young, it looks like he may be the #1 overall pick in the draft to those Carolina Panthers. Will Anderson's going to be a top 5 guy. He could go to the Houston Texans at #2. He could find himself to the Seattle Seahawks at #5. We'll just see. For Jordan Battle, he could be a late first rounder, if not an early second round guy. But all 3 guys I've had the utmost joy in covering during their time in Tuscaloosa, and just to see them have their hands and their feet enshrined forever at Denny Chimes is something special to look at.
Stephen M. Smith, touchdownalabama.com, in my own words, right here on YouTube, 6:30 Central, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Stephen, it's always great to see you, sir.
Absolutely, man. I'm going to enjoy myself here at the A-Day, Mark, but you guys take care.
Thank you, Stephen. Always appreciated.
No problem. You guys